Okay, guys and gals, it's a project that I've wanted to do for a while. You're probably just gonna want to listen to this as background noise because I don't really have any visuals for this. But anyways, I'll tell you about a game. It's actually on my Steam wish list. I just haven't gotten around to buying it yet. But I have seen this game, seen people play through it, watched a few playthroughs. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna tell you the story and basically a narrative about Undertale. And Undertale is the intellectual property of Toby Fox, who is awesome. He's done quite a few games, or actually even done the music for. I think he even has a song in the new Sword and Shield Pokemon game. I mean, this guy is like awesome. Anyways, so this is all his intellectual property, not mine. I wanted to start by saying that. And that being said, there will be no donation text in the description because I don't want to profit off of anybody else's stuff. And I've wanted to tell the story of Undertale for quite a while. And basically, we're going to start from the beginning. And this is going to be in parts. I mean, because this is quite a long story. And the way the game is structured, it's got a lot of replay value. And that's what we're going to go over. Just for starters, there are three paths you can take. Actually, there are two actual, genuine paths. But one of them is if you don't meet the requirements of either path, then this other path opens up. And those paths are the true pacifist, where you don't kill anything, no monsters or anything like that. The other is genocide, where you kill everything. And it should be noted that genocide in Undertale is kind of frowned upon because just as a rule, the game is about choices and consequences, and basically every choice you make has a consequence, even if it's a good choice. And that's what's brilliant. Plus, if you play through the game once and you reset it, then certain characters will remember your choices. And that's brilliant. I never have seen a game like this before. And that's just that. It's just amazing. And the third route being the neutral route. If you're on the genocide run and you spare somebody, then it disqualifies you from the genocide run, and you'll get the neutral ending. I think. Like I say, I haven't played the game, but the narrative, the story is what draws me in. Anyways, and yeah, so if you don't meet the requirements of like true pacifist or genocide, then it's the neutral run, and you get an ending either way. Anyways, what we have, and we are going to start at the beginning. Oh wow, 3 minutes in already, and I haven't said much. Anyways, in the beginning, there was a war between the humans and the monsters. And the monsters lost pretty badly, and there were lots of casualties. Now, when a monster dies, its soul is fragile, and the vessel, or the body itself, turns to dust. Kind of like what happens in the Percy Jackson series. Anytime you kill a monster, it turns into monster dust. Anyways, but the soul, unless it's the soul of a boss monster, shatters. And so it's lost. And basically, the monsters were defeated and basically forced to live underground. And the humans put up a barrier so that the monsters couldn't get out. Now, the barrier was basically designed such so that a human could cross the barrier, the barrier, and it would be fine. However, getting back through is a different matter, is a different situation. So there was this war, and the monsters lost. The humans won. And the monsters were okay with this. I mean, they had started, a life down there, and the first place they settled was the ruins, which the king gave it the unoriginal name, home. I mean, because it was their home. And they kept exploring the ruins. And there was King Asgore and Queen Toriel. Anyways, as time went on, them being monsters, and they eventually had a son named Azrael. AS being from Asgore and Riel being from Toriel. And they quit aging because once they had a child, then they would age with that child. And it was about that time, sometime between Azrael's infancy and by about the age of 8, I think. I don't know how old Azrael actually was. A human fell down into the underground, and basically, Asgore and Toriel adopted this human because they didn't want to hold any avarice against the humans. I mean, and stuff like that. They were peaceful, and and that's that. Basically, the fallen human, the human who fell down into the underground and was adopted by the king and the queen, um, said that they wish that they could see the flowers once again in their village because there's these beautiful golden flowers that bloom up there. Anyways, as fate would have it, um, the fallen human died, got really sick, passed away. And this was devastating to, of course, devastating to Asgore and Toriel, but it was especially devastating to Azrael, who had grown up with this human, and they'd become good friends. And so Azrael absorbed the fallen human soul. And basically, when a monster absorbs one human soul, it is given godlike powers and given the power to cross the barrier, the boundary that the humans created. Now, to actually break the boundary for good, it would take 7 human souls. And, or was it 6? Oh, well. Anyways, it would take a lot of human souls. Anyways, ROYGBI, 7 human souls. Okay. Anyways, as it happened, Azrael decided to fulfill the fallen human's wish, and went up to the surface, and laid the human's body down on the bed of golden flowers in the middle of the village. But the villagers misinterpreted this act and thought that Azrael, being a monster, had killed this human. Now, it should be noted that Azrael had the power that he could have easily killed the humans, could have wiped out the village if he wanted to, but he just smiled and walked away, even though he was fatally injured in the attack, and he didn't fight back because he was a kind person, monster. And he stumbled back to the throne room, I guess, and he died. Basically passed away and turned into monster dust. Anyways, this devastated Asgore and Toriel, and this caused Asgore to re-declare war on humanity, and he vowed that any other human that would fall down into the underground, he'd kill, because he wanted to break the barrier and get revenge. Anyways, this, of course, then set to with Toriel, who was the queen, and his wife, and basically, they had a falling out, and they got a divorce, basically. Toriel moved out of the castle and moved back into the ruins, and shut the door behind her, And I don't exactly remember exactly who or how you get past the door from the other side. But I think that you can dig under the door. It was about the only way to get through it, which is why Napstablook, one of the monsters, you meet him. He's a ghost. You meet him basically on the ruined side of the door. Anyway, Toriel made her mission to help any humans that fell down. Anyways, and that basically ended that. I mean, they still loved each other, but basically they had irreconcilable, irreconcilable, ugh, excuse me, irreconcilable differences. And that's that. Anyways, it has been about 10 minutes, it looks like, and I will continue this story in part two, and we will be talking about what actually happened to Azrael, because he is far from being gone. And I hope you enjoyed this. I do want to cover most of the major characters, and I'm probably going to leave stuff out, and if I do, then forgive me for that. My special thanks to Toby Fox for making such an amazing video game, and I hope to see you in part two, where we talk about Azrael, Alphys, and Gaster. But until then, thanks for watching, and have a great day.